Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be explaining intervals and what they are. So I'm going to jump a bit closer and then we'll get straight into it. So intervals are basically the distance between two notes. So for example, a small interval could be two notes that are very close together, and a large interval could be two notes that are very far away from each other. Something like that. Knowing intervals will be incredibly helpful when you're learning scales and chords and how they work. And each interval has a name, which we will go over a bit later. So for now, let's take an interval called the major third. So the major third is 4 frets apart from one another. So let's play the 3rd fret on the E string, and then the 7th fret on the E string. They're 4 frets apart from each other, and that is called a major third. Okay, so no matter where you play this on the fretboard, 4 frets apart is always a major third, and it's the same for every other interval. Intervals can be applied in chords, so let's take a major third, and instead of playing it 4 frets higher, we'll move it down to the next string and can be used in a chord, as well as melodies. So let's go over the names of the intervals. So we'll be going over the intervals related to the open E string. So if we take the open E string and then play 1 fret higher, we have what is called a semitone. It's also called a half step, or a minor second, or a flat second. If we go 2 frets, that's called a whole tone, also referred to as a whole step, or a major second. If we go 3 frets, then that is known as a flat or a minor third. If we go between 4 frets, another 4 fret difference, that is known as a major third, what we just did. If we go between 5 frets, from the open to the 5, we have what is referred to as a perfect fourth. A 6 fret difference is what we call a tritone, but could be also referred to as a augmented or sharp fourth, or could be known as a diminished or flat 5 or fifth. A 7 fret difference is known as a perfect fifth. An 8 fret difference is known as a minor sixth, or a flat sixth, or sometimes an augmented fifth. A 9 fret difference is known as a major sixth. A 10 fret difference is known as a minor or a flat seventh. And an 11 fret difference is known as a major seventh. Okay, so obviously when we play some of these larger intervals, we're not always going to be playing them on the same string, so sometimes they appear on different strings, especially when you're playing scales. So let's take a look at where we can play these different intervals. So let's start from the major third. The major third could be played if we start on the 3rd, if we refer to the 3rd fret for everything now, on the E string. So from the 3rd fret on the E string, a major third above that would be 1 fret behind, so the 2nd fret, and a string higher, so the 2nd fret of the A string. That's a major third. Then a perfect fourth would be the same fret but 1 string higher. A tritone would be 1 string higher and a fret higher. A perfect fifth would be 2 frets higher and 1 string higher. A minor sixth would be 3 frets higher on the next string. A minor seventh, a major sixth would be 4 frets higher on the next string. A minor seventh would be the same fret, but on 2 strings higher, so the D string in this case. And a major seventh, my bad, would be 1 fret higher and 2 strings higher. So those are intervals. That's what they are. It's really useful that you know this, and you learn their names when you're going to learn scales, because you'll hear these names pop up a lot. I hope that you like this video. In the description, I've got a little printout that you can use. It just goes over everything I've covered in this video. Yeah, like the video, comment on the video, let me know what you want to see next, and subscribe to my channel, and share this with any of your friends who might find this useful. I'll see you in the next video.